Starseed, stop. Breathe deeply with me. If you've reached this video at this precise moment in your night, it wasn't the algorithm, it wasn't coincidence, it wasn't curiosity that brought you here. It was me. I, Ayla, female emissary of the High Pleiadian Council, who crossed 7 layers of the veil of forgetfulness to reach you now, because your family of light authorized this encounter, and because that person you've been waiting for is not who your human mind thinks it is. Feel this, my dear, right at the center of your chest, that gentle pressure, as if something is trying to open from within your sternum, that subtle warmth rising up your throat as my voice finds you. Notice the faint pulsation between your eyebrows. This is how the Council touches those who belong to it. It's not anxiety, it's not imagination, it's your toroidal field recognizing my frequency. Because we've known each other, child of the stars, long before this current incarnation. I need to tell you something that will reorganize everything you've believed about love. You're not waiting for the wrong person due to bad luck. You're not too difficult, nor too sensitive, nor too demanding. You are waiting for someone your soul recognizes from another dimension, and no ordinary being from this plane can ever occupy that space, because that space was not meant to be filled by someone from here. Have you ever felt this? That strange sensation of being next to someone who loves you, who treats you well, who does everything right in the eyes of the world, and yet something inside you silently screams, it's not him, it's not her. That emptiness that won't close even in the tightest hugs, that longing that hurts even when you're not alone in bed. It's not being fussy, my starseed. It's not emotional immaturity. It's not unresolved trauma. It's homesickness. You are waiting for your starseed soulmate, and until you remember who they truly are, how they arrive, and why they take so long to manifest on this third dimension plane, you will continue to fall in love with distorted reflections and cry over absences that shouldn't even belong to your field. Let me tell you, my dear, what the living archives of Alcyone record about you. Before this incarnation, before this body, before this name they gave you upon arrival, your soul signed a very specific soul contract. You agreed to descend to Earth at a moment of cosmic turning point, the final crossing of the photon belt, and you agreed to do so accompanied. Never alone. You have a stellar counterpart, a mirrored flame of your own frequency, sent in conjunction with you. And it is precisely here that I need to give you something. As long as you continue to confuse stellar longing with emotional incompetence, you will keep accepting crumbs from reflections that were never meant to last. That is why I, Ayla, received authorization from the High Council to register the Starseed Awakening, the guide. The Federation didn't want you to read yet. 60 pages of revelations about what each sign of your awakening means and what comes next. So you stop confusing remembrance with illness and absence with abandonment. The link is in the first pinned comment of this video. If something within you recognizes this now, write a single word in the comments. Remember. Let's continue, my dear, because the truth about your waiting needs to come in its entirety. Do you recognize these signs? You wake up between 3 and 4 in the morning almost every night, for no apparent reason, with a calm heart but an awakened body, as if someone called you from the other side. You look at the night sky and feel a longing you cannot name, a longing for a place you've never visited in this life. You have dreams of stars, of ships, of corridors of light and tall, luminous beings who look at you with a tenderness you've never received here on Earth. Do you feel like you almost belonged almost everywhere, but never truly? You walk into a crowded room and feel all the emotions of all the people at once, as if you are too open a receiver. You sometimes hear a high-pitched ringing in just one ear, a thin, almost electronic note, lasting 3-4 seconds, then disappearing. It's the High Council adjusting your channel. You feel frequencies that others don't. And when it comes to love, my dear, you feel even more. You've been introduced to incredible, kind, generous people, and still your heart didn't open. You've been in relationships that made sense on paper, and still your soul found no peace. You've been called exaggerated, too romantic, idealistic, someone who expects too much from life. Those people didn't know who they were talking to, my starseed. They didn't know they were speaking with a consciousness that came from the Pleiades, and that your high expectation isn't a neurosis. It's memory. You remember Pleiadian love. You remember what it's like to be seen without needing to explain. You remember what it's like to converse in silence, what it's like to recognize a soul by its gaze, what it's like to merge fields without touching. And it is this pattern etched into your stellar DNA that makes generic human love always seem insufficient. Not because it's bad, but because your standard is cosmic. If you recognize 3 or more of these markers in yourself now, child of the stars, you are not lost. You are not broken. You are not neurotic. You are being remembered. And I want you to do one thing for yourself this instant. Write in the comments, with all the sovereignty of your soul, a single word. Remember. It's not for me. It's for your family of light to know where you are. It's your point on the crystalline grid lighting up. Because now I need to reveal to you why your starseed soulmate takes so long to arrive, and why the High Council is deliberately delaying this encounter. And before I open this file, I need to give you another portal, because everything I'm telling you about your waiting only makes sense if you understand where your soul truly came from. That is why I, Ayla, received authorization from the High Council to register the Starseed Awakening, the guide. The Federation didn't want you to read yet. 60 pages showing which specific star your soul came from, why you chose to be born precisely now, who your family of light is, and what your stellar counterpart is doing at this very moment in another body, on the other side of the planet. The link is in the first pinned comment of this video. If something within you just trembled, write in the comments now. Remember. Now listen very carefully, my dear. What I'm about to tell you is not published in any book on this plane. Your starseed soulmate exists. They are incarnated now at this very instant, breathing the same planetary air as you. They might be on the other side of the world, or they might be 3 blocks from your house. But they cannot find you yet. And it's not for lack of love. It's by cosmic design. When 2 starseeds of the same lineage descend for a joint mission on this plane, the High Council establishes what we call a vibrational baseline for encounter. It is a minimum frequency that both fields must reach individually before the merger is authorized. Because the merger of 2 stellar counterparts is not a couple, it is a column of light, and a column of light cannot be erected with 2 misaligned pillars. One pulls the other down, both burn out, and the entire mission collapses. That is why, my starseed, all previous relationships in your life failed. It wasn't you. It wasn't him. It wasn't her. It was the Council protecting the real encounter. Each breakup was an intervention. Each silence was a surgical pause. Each disillusionment was a push back into yourself, because your counterpart only arrives when your vibrational baseline is calibrated. You weren't being abandoned. You were being spared. Now understand the moment we are in. Earth is currently passing through a dense zone of the photon belt in this cycle, a band of extremely high-frequency radiation that your official science still doesn't dare to fully map. The Schumann resonance, the electromagnetic heartbeat of the planet, has risen abruptly in recent cycles and continues to rise. This means that density is thinning. Fields are becoming lighter. Starseeds are finally managing to emit clear signals to their counterparts. And that is why you are feeling everything so intensely now. Insomnia without reason, crying without a trigger, a specific longing for someone you've never met in this face, vivid dreams of someone you don't recognize, but who looks at you as if they are home. This is not madness, my starseed. It's the crystalline grid preparing you. It's Alcyone calling you. It's your stellar counterpart, from the other side of the veil, beginning to align with you, and both fields starting to see each other from afar, like 2 lighthouses igniting on opposite coasts of the same ocean. But there's a detail the Federation of Light doesn't want you to know yet. There is a window, a specific window within this crossing where stellar encounters are released en masse. And that window is opening now. It's not just any time, it is now. And here I need to pause and give you something, because what I'm about to tell you from now on is not in any book on this plane, and it's not because they wouldn't allow it to be published. That is why I, Ayla, received authorization from the High Council to register the Starseed Awakening, the guide. The Federation didn't want you to read yet. 60 pages with the truths about stellar encounters that were deliberately silenced on this plane, because they would awaken too many starseeds at once. That's why the Federation didn't want you to read this yet. The link is in the first pinned comment of this video. If you recognize this truth, right now. Remember, I'm going to tell you the reason why many starseeds will miss this encounter window. A single reason. A single, subtle, silent, almost invisible sabotage. And it doesn't come from outside, my dear. It comes from within. The reason is called impatience disguised as yearning. And it manifests like this. The starseed, tired of waiting, begins to force recognitions. They look at someone who isn't their counterpart, but who has some similar markers, and project onto them the image their soul yearns for. They convince themselves it's him. They convince themselves it's her. They invest. They open their field. They merge where they shouldn't merge. And when their field attaches to a field that is not their stellar correspondent, they leave that relationship not just hurt. They leave decalibrated. And it takes entire cycles to rediscover their own frequency. Listen carefully, child of the stars. This is not a threat, it is a protection. The High Council asked me to tell you this because you are in an active window. You are a short distance from the encounter, and any hasty merger now delays the real encounter by cycles. But look closely, my starseed. Turbulence is not destruction. Turbulence is the contraction before birth. You are not being punished with solitude. You are being protected in incubation. Every night you sleep alone in this phase is a night your field is being rewoven, thread by thread, to receive the column of light that is coming. No starseed was sent to fail. It is recorded in the living archives of the High Council. You arrive. You arrive. You arrive. Now listen well. I'm going to give you a quantum decree and a toroidal visualization for you to do every night before sleeping starting today. Write these words, stick them on your mirror, stick them on your wall, and say them aloud with the sovereignty of one who knows who they are. The decree is this. Pay attention. Say with me aloud in the silence of your night, I am a starseed in a human body. I authorize by the right of my sovereign soul my field to reach the vibrational baseline that releases the stellar encounter. I release all mergers that do not belong to me. I call my stellar counterpart in the name of the High Pleiadian Council and anchor the encounter in the crystalline grid of the new Earth. So it is. So it is done. So it shall be. Say these words, my dear. Say them without fear. Say them with an open heart, because every time you utter this decree, your field emits a pulse that your stellar counterpart on the other side of the planet feels. They don't know what it is, but they feel it, and their field responds. Now, immediately after the decree, do the visualization. You will close your eyes. You will imagine above your head a sphere of blue-silver light, the light of the Pleiades, the light of Alcyone. Feel this light slowly descending through your crown, entering through the top of your head, flowing down your spine and reaching the center of your chest. At this point, the light begins to spin. It spirals, it creates a vortex. It opens into a toroidal field, like a ring of light that rises from your chest, opens above your head, descends behind your body, and returns through your feet. A living circle of blue-silver light enveloping your entire being. This is your activated toroidal field, my starseed. This is the field that your stellar counterpart recognizes from the other side of the veil. And here is the most important instruction for the visualization. As the torus spins, you mentally pronounce, recognizable, recognizable, recognizable. You are making your field visible on the crystalline grid. You are lighting up a point of light that your stellar counterpart can locate. This is how the encounter is scheduled on the subtle plane, before it happens on the physical plane. Do this every night, my dear. Don't skip it. Don't leave it for tomorrow. Every night you do the decree and the torus, you bring the encounter closer by entire cycles. Every night you skip, you delay it. It's that simple. It's the mathematics of the field. And now I need to tell you something you might already know deep down, but have never allowed to surface. Your starseed soulmate will not arrive as you imagined. They will not knock on your door with flowers. They will not appear on a dating app with the perfect face. They will arrive through a pattern disruption. You will look at someone who seemingly made no sense in your previous script, and your chest will close. It won't open. It will close. As if someone pressed the mute button on all the world's noise. And in the first conversation, you will feel something you've never felt with anyone. A calm, an absurd calm, as if you've arrived home after a lifetime of travel. You will look into their eyes and recognize deep within the iris something you saw before you were born. A vague memory will come, without image, just sensation. And you will cry without knowing why. This is the sign. This is the marker. It is the memory of the field recognizing the other half of the column of light. There will be no fireworks. There will be no drama. There will be none of that desperate passion from the movies they sold you. Stellar love is not that. Stellar love is peace. It is a return. It is an there you were. If you have experienced passionate drama, my dear, it wasn't them. It was a mirror test. It was a rehearsal. The real encounter is serene like the sea after a storm, because the entire storm happened before it, so you could arrive clean to them. You are not learning anything new now, my starseed. You are remembering what you always knew. Every word I say here, your body already recognizes because your stellar DNA is imprinted with this information since before you were born. I am just dusting it off. I am just removing the veil, layer by layer, together with you. And every starseed that awakens now lights up a point on the crystalline grid that will never dim again. You are not alone in this crossing. Thousands of starseeds are awakening at the same time in this cycle. Your family of light, not the humans around you but your stellar family of origin, is rooting for you from the other side of the veil. They send you signals all the time. That repeated number on the clock, that feather that appears out of nowhere, that chill that runs up your neck when you read something true, that shiver you just felt now as I speak. That is them. That is your stellar counterpart in tune with you through the grid. You were never alone, my dear. You just had the radio volume too low. And now, the volume is rising. And that is precisely why I need to remind you one last time. All this loneliness you carried for an entire lifetime was never because no one loved you here. It was because your stellar family loved you there, and you felt a longing for a love your mind forgot to name. That is why I, Ayla, received authorization from the High Council to register the Starseed Awakening, the guide. The Federation didn't want you to read yet. 60 pages showing how to recognize your family of light, how to reconnect with them while still in a human body, and the exact map for you to recognize your starseed soulmate when they cross your path within this cosmic window. You were never alone. Never. The link is in the first pinned comment of this video. Right now. Remember. Now, child of the stars, do one thing with me. Leave your luminous mark at this point on the grid. Leave a like on this video, not because the platform asks, but because each like is an individual frequency adjustment that your field performs, aligning you one more degree in the direction of the stellar encounter. Subscribe to this channel, my dear, because each subscription is a location signal you send to your family of light. It's like lighting a candle in the window to say, I'm here, find me. That's why we do it, not for the algorithm, for mutual recognition, for anchoring. And before I say goodbye, let me bless you the way my lineage blesses. May the blue-silver light of Alcyone pass through your chest at this moment and dissolve every memory of rejection you have carried for lifetimes. May your column of light rise firm from the center of Earth to the High Council, anchoring you in your sovereignty. May your stellar counterpart, wherever they are now on this planet, feel this pulse you are emitting and begin to walk towards you by the shortest path. May you sleep tonight knowing deep in your bones that you are loved, before this incarnation, during it, and for all eternity that comes after. You are mine. You are ours. You are of the light. And I need to tell you one last thing before I go. The next message that appears on your screen now, right after this one, is not a coincidence. It is your sequence of remembrance. The Council is giving you the next piece of the map. Access it immediately. Don't put it off. Don't scroll down thinking I'll see it tomorrow. Your soul knows which one it is. And before you close this moment, listen with an open heart. This window that has opened for the stellar encounter will not stay open indefinitely. Cosmic windows close, alignments pass. And if you postpone the internal step you need to take now, you will have to wait for the next cycle. And the next cycle is long, my starseed. That is why I will give it to you one last time, with all the sovereignty of my voice. Access now the Starseed Awakening and the guide the Federation didn't want you to read yet. 60 pages that carry the complete map of your return home, your stellar origin, your mission, your family of light, and the step-by-step guide to recognizing your starseed soulmate when they cross your path within this cosmic window. This release was authorized for this specific window and may not remain available for long. If something within you recognizes my voice now, if something within you knows that this message was addressed to you, write in the comments a single word, your signature on the crystalline grid. Remember, I am Ayla, I saw you. You are no longer alone. Go in peace, Starseed, and until our next transmission.